Obviously, it starts with integrity, it starts with trust. And I'm outsider in the sense that I'm on the board. I'm representing the shareholders, not an employee of Dimensional. I'm employed by the board. When David Booth asked me to come on the board of Dimensional in 1981 as they were starting up, I thought it was a good experiment, but I was skeptical. I was worried that as they became larger, that it would be easy to buy small securities, but very expensive to sell securities that were small. And I was very supportive of David's desire to move forward, and I said, yes, I'll be on your board. And then he said, okay, we don't have any money to pay you, but I said, okay, I'll still be on your board. I think that Merton Miller was also skeptical at the time that the firm would be successful. David obviously had tremendous conviction that it would be, and one of the interesting parts about any business is to have a concept or an idea, and then you understand the concept you have and want to push it forward. And I respected them for their tenacity and their steadfastness in moving forward with the idea. And over time, it started to catch on, and that was sort of more and more a validation of the concept. It's this idea of we can help, our clients, and we could also think of Dimensional Fund Advisors as a way to provide solutions that would be beneficial to clients. I think that Dimensional is different from others in that ideas are cheap in the sense that lots of people have ideas, but implementation ideas and really making it work and putting it together and understanding how to inform the client, garnering the trust of the client, working with the client to really trust you and act with you is much different from saying, I can do that. I watch people play chess, or I watch people ski, and they have myriad small movements, small differences that really make it. And they create repetition and learning, and each step is learning along the way. Like in chess, you can learn chess very quickly, and that you can learn the opening moves of chess. And you can do pretty well, against maybe an inexperienced player, but the minute you play against someone who's had more experience than you, especially those who studied the end game, that distinguishes dramatically who's the good and who's not as good. And the interesting thing about over the years that I've observed with Dimensional, these little movements, learning them, keep learning and growing, just the idea of building a team, having all the small movements which add up. Many, many investment managers are really worried about tracking error because they don't spend time with their clients explaining the product, explaining what it is that they're offering them and why there's going to be tracking error. So there's no trust. But I think the consistency of how Dimensional addresses its clients to garner trust allows for them to take tracking error as opposed to trying to keep very close to the index. And the closer you keep to your index, the less tracking error you have, but that's a cost. There's an implicit cost to do that in lost opportunities to enhance value for clients. Therefore, I think the Dimensional Fund Advisor approach is working with the clients, garnering trust with them, and at the same time realizing what the client wants creates more trust.